Well, I'm back. Y'all, I'm like what I had a boyfriend who used to say, "Darling, I'm just like a bad habit. I keep coming back." So I'm coming back, and my kitchen is a wreck. So any auxiliary side junk you see, please forgive me because I am cooking, cooking, cooking. Anyway, so this is cornbread dressing. This is old-fashioned Southern cornbread dressing. I've got 2 cans of biscuits. See, these are the layered kind. It doesn't matter. In fact, I accidentally got those kind. Just get the cheapest brands you can get because you need to sit them out and let them get crumbly. They need to get stale, okay? I've got 2 pones of cornbread. Oops, one of them's got some missing. Wonder what happened there. They don't have to sit out as long because they're naturally a little more, they're going to soak up anyway. Usually I'll break this up with my hand, but yeah, not in the mood. So I'm doing this I'm going to put them in the food processor and I'm going to grind it, not real fine, just kind of in chunks. We'll see. I've never done it this way, but hey, walk this journey with me. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is going to be in segments because I found out that if I pause and let it sit for a while, it goes and completes itself. So that's just rude. So anyway, here's what I've done. I got on a work call and started doing this while I was talking and forgot to go along. So I took all of the bread, look at this, and I put it in the food processor. Now I just took the biscuits and put it in the food processor. See, there's still little pieces of it. That's okay. But the cornbread, it just crumbles up in your hand. It made twice as much as I'd expected. So I've got it in 2 bowls. And this is one of them. So while I had the food processor out, I went ahead and took my 2 medium sized onions. Let's see. I'm looking at the recipe. Two medium onions, 1 large green bell pepper, 3 stalks of celery, and I chopped it up here, okay? It also calls for 3 eggs that are boiled and chopped, so that's what that is. And then after that, I will do all of the ingredients and add the broth and pour it up. It's that simple. So I just wanted to let you know that. I'll probably have to do a whole nother video. I don't think that I'll pause this one, but I don't think it'll wait for me. So y'all hold on. See you in a... Okay, I'm back. It's now Friday, and honestly, the reason I didn't finish this last night was I checked on my sage, which is a key ingredient for this, and it didn't smell, it didn't have a lot of sage smell to it. So yeah, I guess it died and had its own funeral. So I had to get some more sage. You know, those spices don't last forever. You got to check them up. Okay, so we've got all the stuff in there. Now I'm going to add, another confession. I've got this, and I've got this. So I've got 2, and I'm making 2 portions, one for us and one for a friend, but I think I'm going to have even extra left over. So I'm just trying to, be flexible here. So we've got to add some... Let me get the white parts up here too. Remember, I'm just adding half of everything at this point. Okay, so you got to add some green peppers that I've cut up. I think that's about the right amount. Okay, let me look up here. Now I need, for the full recipe, I need 4 to 6 tablespoons of sage. Now, let me caution you. Start with just 4, and you're going to want to taste it later. This is not, yeah, you're going to have to taste this one. But, so I'm going to start with this because as sage cooks, it becomes very bitter. So, let's see. I'm going to put this in here. There we go. Then we'll check it. My guess is we'll need more because that's not a whole lot. You need, of course, we're from the South, so you got to have salt. And again, with my white pepper, though you can use black, the white's a little more mild. Now, I'm going to mix this up a little bit. I'm going to try to do this with one hand. We'll see. Let me see here. Excuse me. Okay, I had to step away. That pepper was making me cough. So, not cool to cough when you're around food, so you just get away from the food. Okay, that's enough. Now, here's the thing. You've got to have, to your full recipe, and maybe I'll print the recipe. That'll make it a little easier. You've got to have 3 eggs, okay? So, let's give this a try. Okay. Now, what the eggs do is they kind of bind it together so it's not just a bunch of clumpy old bread. Now, I usually add a can of cream of chicken soup. If you like mushrooms, it could be cream of mushrooms. It doesn't really matter. And then I've got to add some low sodium chicken broth. And I'll tell you how much this is. Feels like about 2/3 of it. So what I'm going to do now is stop for just a moment and stir it. And I need you to see the consistency of it. So hold on. Okay, I'm back. Look at it's got to be real soupy. Can you see what that's doing? Real soupy. It's best that it's too soupy if you were to goof up, because you can always cook it out. But yeah, so it's good. I did have to add quite a bit more, and I'll keep those measurements. But now is the magic moment where I'm going to taste it. So I think it needs a little more salt. I can't really taste the sage yet. So again, less is best. You can always add more. And I'm going to give this another good stir so you can really see kind of how gloppy it is. Okay? So, give me just a second and I'll pour it in a pan and you'll see what happens. Hold the thought. Okay, here it is. I poured it up in this is a 9x9 sheet. See how soupy it is? And I will cover it really, really tight. That's why I'm using the foil pan. If you make this fresh, you can put it in a pretty pan, but I got over that a long time ago. I'll put this in the freezer, and then I will take it out the night before and let it thaw in the fridge. And you'll need to cook it, now listen to this, on a 450-degree oven for at least 30 minutes. But then look how, let me show you how deep this is. This is a pretty good amount of, so you might need to check it, but you want that center to still be a teeny bit jiggly. But here's a trick I have learned over the years. The outside has a tendency, because you're cooking it so high, to get a little crusty, and some people like that. I like it kind of all moist. Here's what you do. About 15 minutes in, you go in and you just take a fork and pull it like that. It's not going to hurt anything, and that moves it around in a good way so that it's the same all over. And then you need to let it set for, gosh, about 10 minutes because it just needs to set, This is a fabulous recipe. It is handwritten by my mother. That's the front. And here's the back, and she dated it 1993. And she always made the dressing, but as she got a little older, it became much just more easier for me to make it and it was her time to sit back and enjoy it. So I hope you enjoy this. I've got enough for 3. I only need 2, but we'll see what happens to that third one. But it just freezes beautifully. So, happy cooking. Bye.